ankles moisturized.
Don't look.
That's up for debate.
That's up for debate, definitely.
Moisturized.
We're stressed in finals.
Yeah.
Edges are sweating out.
Just know we're all in finals. I just have to take care of myself a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
A little bit better.
Hey guys, welcome back to Top 5. We are back on the roof with some juice. So we got in trouble last time, we can't endorse products. And
So mysterious.
So Nemo pour that.
yeah, so Nemo poured this juice, by the way. She's not an athlete, to anyone that's watching. And this is just miscellaneous juice.
We still love her.
You guys can guess.
Guess you can't say the brand, can't say anything like that.
But,
it's good though.
Miscellaneous.
I'm sure you can
Alex's
tell.
favorite.
Yeah.
So miscellaneous
Favorite
juice.
Apple juice is the best juice.
I'm pretty sure you can say apple
You
juice.
can say that. It's not the brand.
not the
Okay, so
brand.
it's apple juice. It's
Apple
apple juice. The cat is out the bag.
You're caught.
My bad.
It's apple juice.
We're
Already.
athletes.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know who this is. This is Alex Van Dyke. If you want to introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Alex Van Dyke, UCLA football player, senior, Afro AM major, and yeah.
All right, well, welcome to Top 5.
Welcome.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
So, today we're going to talk to Alex a little bit about just like his perspective on sports, transitioning to his time at UCLA, and then we have some surprises
Yes.
for him.
I'm excited.
And I'm really excited to see those. I'm really
This
excited.
is reaction.
Surprises,
Don't
surprises.
worry about it yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't worry about
Let's
it
start
yet.
off, Alex, your dad actually played professional football.
Yes.
So let's talk about what it means to be a legacy, to be someone that's coming from like such a high.
Okay. So, Dad played in the league, played for the Jets and the Eagles, and it inspired me to join the cause to play football. So I didn't start playing football till high school, and then obviously leading here. Now I'm at UCLA, but yeah, my whole goal in life is to be better than him. There's a legacy he's left and marks that he's made, and there's pressure within myself to attain such things, but overall he's just loving the experience of being a football dad.
So how does that change like the way that you grew up playing football and the way that like the average kid grows up playing football? His mom just signed him up because she wanted him to,
Yeah, I feel like the average kid has dreams to make it, and then they're trying to navigate their way trying to make it to the NFL, but my dad's actually been there, so he basically gives me the blueprints of how to get there from beginning to end.
You got the cheat sheet.
The cheat sheet.
So it's pressure, but it's also like advantageous.
It's not pressure from him, it's more so pressure from the outside world, because everybody sees me as like, oh, your dad went to the league, so you better go and be like him, if not you suck. And it's like, no, my dad is like, regardless of what you do, I want you to be happy in life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no pressure from him, pressure from the world and everybody.
Okay, so being that you're a legacy, you've seen the business of sports from when you were really young to now being at UCLA and then preparing to go to the draft. So how has this like perception of the business changed over time?
From the beginning, my dad has been open and honest about it. He said football is a business, so supply and demand. The owners want you to do a certain task. If you can do it, you get hired, and it's been that way since the mindset growing up. And so coming to college, I've really like noticed it. If you can perform well at a high level consistently, they keep you. If not, you're out of there, and it's next man up. So
does that like change for when you're choosing a college to go to? Understanding that there's a business, especially once you get to college and beyond that professionally, does that anyway like change the way you choose what school you go to, knowing there's like nothing really promised for you? Yeah, you might sign a contract or a scholarship contract, but with like regards to coaches come and go. Regards to even sponsorships, like UCLA, we just switched over to Under Armour this year. Does that kind of affect the way you choose your school?
Yeah,
too?
initially you're supposed to jump into a school based off how they can help you after football, academically and in the business world after football, because football doesn't last forever. The average career is like less than 5 years, so whatever. So it's not always there. So I chose UCLA because of the degree, obviously, and the connections you make for life after. So it's never good to jump into a football program because of coaches or anybody else.
Yeah.
It's not
We all know.
guaranteed, let me tell you.
They leave.
They will leave you.
Shout out Coach Moore. I mean, love that guy, but they leave.
whether they want to or not.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Okay, so now we see in the NFL, we talked about this a little bit when we were at dinner, but we see this perception that people are now having of the NFL, and that they're like, oh, it's so corrupt, they don't care about the players, they don't care about anything. So how does that change your perception personally? Because you see it happening, and you're in the sport. You obviously know more than the average person. We just see, you know, what there is on the media. We see, oh, like the players can't have a voice, they can't have opinions, What do you think about that?
Ultimately, they're still owned by the owners or whatever. So, I mean, there's a players' association to keep it to keep their rights, but at the end of the day, the owner writes their checks. So if they're not making the owners happy, it's a business mindset, and you get cut. Kaepernick, unfortunate for him, but you see people like him who voice their opinions, but I mean, he's still owned by whoever owns the 49ers. They didn't like what he was doing, so they cut him.
So do you think there's like more freedom or less freedom once you go professionally? Because like obviously as an NCAA athlete, there's a lot of restrictions because the NCAA kind of controls a lot of things you're able to do as a person also outside of your sport. So you can't endorse anything, obviously. So once you go professional, you can do some endorsements, but there's also a lot of like platform restrictions where it's like you can't really talk about that many things outside of football, or else you kind of get ridiculed by everybody.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It starts messing with your money. Like as soon as it starts messing with your money, you start being quiet. You're like, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
But like, there is more freedom in the league to do whatever you want, but you have to keep in the back of your mind who's going to drop you from endorsements if they don't like what you say, or whatever. Who's not going to pick you up for sponsorships or whatever. So you take that risk when you speak out, and if you stand for something, hey, whatever they do don't matter.
The moral of the story: it's a business.
No, really, business.
For sure. And then also going off, so you're an AFM major, I'm an AFM minor.
For those of you guys that don't know, that's African American
Studies. Break it down. And yeah, so it's really important, but there's definitely, in one of my AFM classes, we talked about this huge disconnect we have on campus. I know a lot of other campuses, schools, universities have this as well, but there's a huge disconnect between the athletes and like non-athletes. And where do you think this kind of culture like stems from? And like, how do we even really prevent this? Because we talked about this in our class, and there's athletes and non-athletes in the class, of course, and people didn't really have a solid like solution to it. They're like, athletes are so busy, and we just have different schedules, and for clubs and organizations that are trying to combine the two, it just doesn't usually mesh that well. Where do you think this like really this culture comes from, with the disconnect between the two?
It comes from, I believe, stigmas already associated with athletes that like we're not smart enough to get in here on our own, or that we think we're better than everybody because we are athletes, and it's not really like that. We're just regular people, and we just happen to be good at our sport.
Yeah.
That's what got us here. So any solution towards that is, I mean, working with schedule-wise, I think regular students have to understand that like athletes' schedules are different. We have time demands based off our sport and then academically. And then by the end of the day, we're tired. So we don't want to branch out as much and do things late at night. So my thing is, while they're awake and you see them in class, just reach out and talk to them. Like,
is that what you usually do?
Yeah, that's
kind of like through your experiences. Do you usually just like?
Yeah, that's what I've done. I'm open-minded and a people person. So if you come up and talk to me, I'll talk to you, and we connect that way. But as far as reaching me outside of school and all that. So, probably a little bit harder because I'm gonna be tied up with school and sleep, but
recovery.
No, for sure.
For those of you guys that don't know, Alex, in a hypothetical world, if he could not play professional football, would be an actor.
Yes.
So we have a surprise for Alex today.
I need to take a sip.
Okay. So here we have two bags. Okay. One of them is filled with situations, and one of them is filled with a character. So we're gonna have Alex pick a situation and pick a character, and you're gonna improv.
Improv.
If you need Christina and I
got
was in
you.
drama in
Okay.
high school.
Gonna incorporate the
So
two.
shout out to all my drama kids. If you ever come across this video,
I didn't, but I'm a dramatic person, so I think I
Christina's very
got.
dramatic. So
This is
I can admit to it.
there's some of these that are
You
kind
got
of
it.
fun. I hope you
Yeah.
pick some
okay.
ones.
Okay. Let's see what y'all got from me.
But yeah, Alex said he wanted to be an actor, so we're about to see if he's about that action. He told me he could be serious.
Well, obviously not. I'm
Look at now he's
struggling.
stressed. Now he's stressed.
The pressure's on. Let's go.
Okay, so here's the
Okay,
situation.
game time.
Pick
You,
it.
you,
I'm getting ready. I'm getting in the character. Hold on. Give me a
You
second.
already
like Sharpay. You don't have
Mm-mm.
a- What are you thinking? You're
I'm trying to
just,
I'm trying to get
opening up
set.
your mind.
You have something in your beard.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
seriously.
stress. Relax your face.
Pick a situation.
Hopefully it's not a bad one.
Okay.
What does it say?
Being stood up on a date. Oh. Okay.
Okay, now the characters are looking out of pocket. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
A chihuahua. So am I a talking chihuahua?
You
or
gotta
am
figure
I-
it out. You gotta figure it out.
Am
So,
I actual chihuahua?
do you want to? You can either utilize a chihuahua,
You could use the word chihuahua.
or you could be the chihuahua. That's up to interpretation. Let's see.
Okay.
You know, your imagination.
Okay, let's give you 30 seconds.
Stood up
You
on
got
a
30 seconds
date.
to think about it.
30 seconds to think. Okay.
There's
The timer. Ready?
Okay.
Go. 3, 2, 1. Hit him with it.
Okay. Door creaks.
Let's start from the beginning, okay?
Where's my ay chihuahua? Where's my date? The love of my life. We were supposed to meet tonight. You don't understand. Where are they at? She was supposed to be here. I think I got stood up. Did I get stood up?
You might have,
I think you
honestly.
did.
I get stood up.
Oh,
Do
it's
you
cold.
see me? Do you see me?
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
I'm gonna bite your ankles. I'm gonna bite your ankles. Oh, chihuahua. It's a rough life for a little fella. It's a rough life. She stepped on me. I barked loud. She didn't hear it. Oh, no. Stood up. It's gone.
Okay. That was good.
That was cool. You got straight to the chihuahua. I didn't know you were gonna use it like that.
That's not what I would have done. That's not what I would have done. And
That was
the
good, that was
accent,
good.
that was good.
All right, chihuahua. Yeah, that was good.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you like the apple
Candle?
juice.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
Juice.
These are
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to another episode of Juice on the Roof.
Stay blessed.
I'll put Alex's information down in the bio. Be sure to follow him. Like, comment, and subscribe our video. Follow us.
We're gonna help his aesthetic, you know.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna bring
working
it
on
up.
So when you see, honestly,
Oh
people
my
at
goodness.
UCLA and their Instagrams start to look better, just know it's a product of us.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This is true.
It is
Shout out,
true.
shout out. Gang.
And I
You
expect
doing
the
good?
tag, by the way.
Okay,
I
for
expect
sure.
the tag.
I will, always.
All right, guys. So we will see you
See you guys next time.
next week. Bye.
Bye.